didn't get no sleep, wouldn't sleep.
I never was in nothing like threatening. You know why? Because I always stayed to myself. I was always quiet. People would ask me if I'm okay. Do you want to play cards? That's one thing I never did in a penitentiary was sit down and play cards. Because that's trouble. So I never really had no real life threatening. I mean, I had fights, but not nothing life threatening.
Basically, I got stabbed 7 times. I got stabbed for helping somebody else. You know what I mean? The brother was getting a joke by some Puerto Rican kids, and I stepped in. I got stabbed 7 times, almost died. You know, in the process of that, though, when it happened, though, I thought it was a joke. Though everything was going down. When I got stabbed, it wasn't a joke no more. I got stabbed 7 times. My lungs was punching. I was in an ambulance. You know what I mean? On the real tip, I was praying I wouldn't die. I'm asking God, don't let me die. That's real, you know. When I see my mans, you know, I put up that front again. Yo, we got wrecked, man. That was all a joke. The real tip, I was scared to die, man. That's real.
Oh, plenty of that. You know what I'm saying? In life situation, every time you step out your cell. You know what I mean? You step out that cell, you know what I'm saying? You put your back to it. You know what I mean? And when you walk the gallery, there might be 3 motherfuckers behind you. You got to keep looking back and forward because you don't know, you know what I'm saying, which one trying to speak to.
Yeah, because you don't know what's on the next man's mind. Once they crack your cell or you open your dorm door, you don't know what's on the next man. He could have had a bad situation last night with a letter. His girl could have wrote him a Dear John letter. And you could be his best friend and you say something wrong to him. He could kill you right there. CO could come in, wipe their son to him. He come into you, he might flip on you. They don't, what happened is, they don't search these COs back. This CO could come to jail with an AK-47. He could just go bonkers in there, shoot the whole dorm up.
Every day is a life situation like that because, like he said, you know, I might not get on the phone, or he got on the phone, and John answered the phone, you know, when his wife supposed to answer the phone. And me not knowing that he's going through something, and he might just attack. And sometimes they attack you, not trying to hurt you, but around to really hurt you because of the anger and the turmoil that they're going through. So yeah, I agree with that.
I spent 15 years of my life locked up, man, and I tell you, I didn't enjoy it at all, man. I've been stabbed, I've been cut.
Just a razor mark from Elmira that was supposed to be on my face, which I blocked.
And when I was up north, man, I seen two of my boys end up getting killed in front of me. You know what I mean? And it's sad because one of them was already getting ready to go home. And he get killed over a nickel bag. 1 nickel bag, he ended up getting killed over a nickel bag. You think that's worth dying for?
The Russian said that was in. Comstock was nasty, filthy, the food was no good. It's just plain fucked up.
Albion Correctional Facility. First of all, it's Crackerville. You can count on one hand how many black officers is there. And even them, they Oreos. They beat the women. They build a solid 2 shoe for the women. I mean, this shoe is no joke. When you go in there, your hands have to be to the floor. When you come out to take a shower, you got to be handcuffed. That's the worst shoe for women. It is pathetic. Everything in there is metal. It's the size of the bathroom. That's how big it is. The bed where the tub is at, the bullpen sink and toilet. It's the worst. And women stay in there 365 days. Some stay 8 months. Some stay 6 months. They don't give you nothing less.
To me, all these facilities is worse. It's no good facility, it's no bad facility, it's no tough facility, or anything can happen to you in any of these facilities. You get stabbed, you get cut, you get valued by the, you know, honestly, when I first came through Downstate, which is when you first go to any one of these so-called facilities, you know, they make you feel like a dog, a slave. You know what I'm saying? They strip you, they validate you, you want to look in your asshole and things like that. It just totally validates your whole life understanding of being righteous or being a man, period. So when you ask me like, what's the worst facility, I can say, well, a facility that does more cutting than I've been in at that time, on my time, was Clinton. Because a lot of times, things getting cut up a lot. A lot of times, correction officers trying to kill individuals, set individuals up, and just kill them, put them under the gym floors, you know, these violating.
You ever heard of that girl, Amy Fisher?
Yeah.
Okay, she was there with me, and they raped her. Everything she said they done it. She was right with me. She used to pay black people for bodyguards.
Who raped it? Inmates in the
No, the officers. Officers. They do what they want, and they get away with it. It's like everything is like family there, like brother, uncle, cousin, mother. It's nothing but family members work there. Everything one do, they sweep it under the carpet, and it gets away with it.
And see, COs up there, they don't call COs, they call sheriffs, officers. Officers, it could be the same officers, police officers. So all of them know each other, you know what I'm saying? So if you got a competition with an officer in the street who patrol the street, they tell one of their comrades, they co-workers, you know what I'm saying, fellow employees in the facility to make your life hard in there, you know what I'm saying? Officer does all his mail, you know what I'm saying?
The day I reached Sing Sing Correctional Facility, February '92. It's like I still was the same guy that I was living on the street until a bunch of old timers started talking to me, and I started, to wonder, do I want this life? You know what I'm saying? And do I want to still be who I was? So, I still was who I was until I was confined into the box. Once I got shipped to the box, I said that was it, no more. I don't want this. I don't want this to be in my lifestyle. So I changed my ways of thinking.
Roughest spot for me I ever been in was Clinton. Roughest spot I ever been in. First time in the max, landed in Clinton. First time in the yard, seen somebody get killed.
Worst prison? I would say Auburn. Auburn Correctional Facility. That's the worst I've ever been in. It's like a pinball pitch. It's just, the atmosphere is just totally disgusting. It's just barbaric, I would say.
You ain't Clinton, Comstock, Sullivan. When you up there behind the walls with dudes that ain't never coming home. You know what I mean? That's what you call bidding. That's when you see realness. That's when you see, reality of what prison life is. You know what I mean?
The worst who I was in was Elmira. Well, Elmira was the worst because simple fact is that, like say we go to take a shower, you had to leave one area, one cell block, and go through the courtyards to the outside and take a shower. We was up in there, it was all the booty bandages up in there, and all the kids who robbing was up there too. So you go to the shower, you had to have your back. Somebody go with you, 2 or 3 other dudes go with you to take a shower. So you was taking the shower on the outside.
Worst when I was in was Orlando. Worst one. Then the max. Auburn. That's one of the worst ones.
Now you mentioned racism. Racism, prisoners against correctional officers, yes, it's a racism. There's a serious bias thing against that. The reason I say that is because you can go to Clinton and you can see tattoos on your shoulders. Certain ones, I'm not saying all, but they do got a little loose around black baby heads hanging them. And then you ask them, they'll tell you when you come in here, I don't like blacks at all. If I can kill all of y'all, I would have done that. Which they can't get away with it. So, and that's straight racist. We go against them, they treat us different, they feed us certain things, slop or whatever. That's why most when you're around Panthers or BLAs or individuals that have some type of black conscience, they tell you always get canned goods. Don't even eat out the mess hall because it could be poison, killing you, violating you. You know what I'm saying? So that was my main thing, and I realized racism do play a serious part. And it's like a William Lynch thing. They put race one against the other, light against the dark against the black, red against the blue, yellow against the white. It's the same thing, the flags, the gangs, and all that. Different colored bodies, touches, or you this person or that person. It's all over and over and over, and we never getting out of it.
You got them, yeah.
They both was in the wrong.
I believe a little leniency towards the white people, but we get it the worst. Because we the one with the mouth, we the one with the attitude, feedback. You know, you said something to me disrespectful, I'm going to say something back to you, and that's of course them to put their hands on you. And I mean, they don't play. It ain't no cuff, it's slam, bam, on the floor, feet in your back, all kind of stuff. That is the worst jail to go to. Even though it's big, it's freedom, you know, got a huge yard, you can sit out there till 9:45 at night. But they don't play. It ain't no cuff, it's slam, bam, on the floor, feet in your back, all kind of stuff. That is the worst jail to go to. Even though it's big, it's freedom, you know, got a huge yard, you can sit out there till 9:45 at night. But the consequences is a mob.
Of course, you know what I mean? Got the blacks, got the Germans, got the, you know what I mean? You got all sorts of, you know, sections. People segregate themselves, but that's the way, you know, I guess they feel strong about doing that. Me, myself, I was always these up.
You Christian and he Muslim, is gonna be racist. Racism is just not just skin color, it's everything. You could be racist just by saying you hate this dude. You could be, that's considered racist to me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't care where you was from. You know what I'm saying? If you cool with me, you cool with me. You know what I'm saying? I leave it just like that.
Well, my experience is, at one time, you know, the Spanish guys wanted this, there's only one TV, and they know they only get the TV from 4 to 5 to watch the Spanish news. But here this time when the Black Awards come on, the BT Awards, they want to start some nonsense, and that's where the drama started. That's when all the racists come out. Or when the black guy fight the Spanish guy, and the black guy win, they get tight, you know, start talking to Spanish because we don't know Spanish. And we know they talking about us because they mad, they angry. Yeah, so there's a lot of racism going on, man. Definitely.
You know, crackers, yeah, the police, definitely, a lot of racism with the police. You know, I had a white woman tell me one day, in the mess hall, I work in the mess hall, she told me if I go there, if I come to work late again, she gonna fire my black ass. You know, so it was during the population time, everybody was in there, so I waited till later on to step to her, and I told her I didn't appreciate her talking to me like that. 3 minutes later, I was in the box for 180 days.
First of all, racism, we can start with the police. The police is racist, number one. Number two, you know, you got inmates or convicts, whoever you want to call them. You know, you got the Puerto Ricans, they on it too, but they knew their place, you know what I'm saying? But for racism, it's police, yes.
If you're a black man and they see you on film, they will make up some crimes for you. While you in there, then when you go to court, you got like 5 other cases. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know about it. They broke the gap, keep you in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, crimes, that's when they mean up there, crimes. Crime doesn't pay. You know what I'm saying? But how do you do a crime, you know what I'm saying, and get abused? The judge already sentences you to punishment, and you get a physical punishment, mental punishment from white man because he figured that he got the upper hand, he got the bad.
You get the tough black guy and you get the tough Spanish guy. They want to separate. They follow this guy and the blacks follow this guy. Because, okay, he been in this jail, he holding it down the longest. But then, it's like this, it's the jail, it's also the jail, because the jail does that. The jail will put one TV in a dorm, one phone in a dorm, knowing that we're going to fight over this. They know that, so that's why they do that.
I went to the yard one day, and like I said, it was a little race war going on, you know what I mean? So, what I see was the police locked the gate, pulled all the police out of the yard, and let all the blacks and Puerto Ricans stab each other until they were either dead or dying, and they just watched it. I mean, that was what's going to see. So that just showed me that these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you.
Well, every time you do it big, you miss your family, you miss your house, where you live, where you grew up at. But when you get kids, it's different. It's very different. to her. They admitted me on a Friday. I gave birth to her. No, they admitted me on a Tuesday. I gave birth to her that Friday. I stayed in the hospital, and they discharged me Monday after I had a C-section. I had 16 staples underneath me. And they discharged me that Monday. I'm telling you, I cried all the way back to Death Havens. I was hysterical. I was hysterical. And when I got back to the infirmary, I kept asking the nurse to call to the hospital to check on the baby. The next day, I woke up that morning and had the nurse call the hospital. And by Harlem, where she was born, the nurse told me my mother was there. And I felt so relieved. But I cried the whole night. I'm telling you, that was the worst pain ever.
The hardest thing, missing your family. Missing your family. You got kids, missing your kids. You know? And it's missing your loved one, period, man. Because ain't nobody there for you like your family, man. Sometimes your family gonna cheat on you, or not do nothing for you. It's probably for a reason that your family ain't gonna do nothing for you. You know what I mean? But the most important thing is that's hurting is missing your family, man, because you're gonna miss your mother. Because you went in there, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You get a phone call from the chaplain. Once the chaplain call you into the office, you already know what it is. So you definitely.
I apologize to my brothers, my moms, and everything. I told my moms I'll never break her heart again. When they let me out of prison, I told my moms I'll never darken those doors again, only to visit my brother and my people that I choose to visit.